Excellencies, distinguished ladies and gentlemen, permit me to very respectfully invite a gentleman who is one of Nigeria's finest. Truly, Cross River has produced some of the finest administrators, governors. If you already know who I'm talking about, you don't have to ask me. And you know, Your Excellency, when I was saying finest, I was actually talking about his capacity, but the women started to put their hands together. And so let me just agree that he is indeed a fine gentleman. So ladies and gentlemen, the man who gave us Tinapa, the man who gave us the biggest street party in Africa. Ladies and gentlemen, please let's welcome former Governor Donald Duke of Cross River State, Your Excellency. And if the women agree that he's fine, you can keep putting your hands together.
Good evening, Mrs. Ukpo, the family, Your Excellencies, General Susan Abubakar, Mrs. Fatia Abubakar, Professor Théhérèse, Dr. Amina Abubakar Bello, distinguished ladies and gentlemen. In the course of one's life, you come across people you believe you're blessed to have met. Antonio Ukpo falls among the lot where you really thank God upon reflection that you were privileged to cross his path. I met Antonio Ukpo 35 years ago, almost to date, in Lagos. He was a member of the Armed Forces Ruling Council. My relationship with him was not because we happened to come from the same state. I think he just saw someone who he found interesting. And what I found quite appealing was, despite his position in the country at the time, he was so approachable. He was literally a phone call away. You would call him, and he would tell you, listen, I have to do one or two things now, but let's speak later in the evening. He was working at Dodon Barracks at the time. I think he found me quite a curious personality, but he indulged me. I could describe his life in 4 segments. One of development, growing into adulthood, one of service to the nation as a soldier and a statesman, one of personal development, post-military, where he indulged in personal development, and finally, one of giving back service to humanity. From his experiences, both in the family and of course personal, he felt that the only way he could give back, despite all his successes, was help mankind. Though not a doctor of any sort, he built a hospital. From personal experience, he found that there was a huge gap in cancer care in our country. And he threw himself into it. He had the uniqueness of throwing himself into things that he knew very little about. But he'll come out excelling. I'm pleased to note that not too long from now, the Ukpo Cancer Center will be commissioned. A day, literally 12 hours before his passage, I'm told he went on an inspection of that facility. And that is to the very last moment of his life. He was concerned about giving to others. The hospital, the cancer care, was not going to make him a rich man. If anything, it made him poor, I think. But he was giving. He wasn't taking. He was giving back to a nation that had given him so much. You know, astronomers will tell you that there are billions of planets in the universe, in this creation that the Almighty has so graciously given us. That He could have put each one of us on one planet, but He crowded billions of us, 8-9 billion of us, in this tiny planet called the Earth, so that we could learn from each other and better ourselves. I don't think the Almighty expects perfection from us, but He expects us to strive for perfection. I want to, through the Deputy Governor here, Professor Esu, please keep this dream alive. That center was not for his family, was not to enrich him, it was for mankind. Cancer care is one of the poorest healthcare sectors in our country. Very poor. It's almost one that you're literally doomed. There's a cancer care center in Ghana. 80% of the patients that go there are Nigerians. He pioneered a field that, like I said, he was no doctor, but he did it out of love. The only way we can say thank you is reciprocate this gesture he did for us and make sure, come rain, come shine, that center works. It's not going to make profit because our folks here can't really pay what it requires to pay for proper cancer care. So we need your support. I don't think I'm out of place if I speak on behalf of the family and on behalf of everyone who's involved in that endeavor. That center was, I think the groundbreaking was by General Abdulsalami Abubakar. Please, please, please. Too often we let things just die off in our country, in our state. I beg of you, take this project as ours, as our state's, state-owned, but privately, a PPP if you like. Let's make it work. It'd be a big shame on all of us if this facility were allowed to go the way of others. Like I said, 12 hours to his passage. There are few we could say we were richer for knowing them and poorer by their passage. Thank you.